In this episode, me and Ben are down at an old haunt, checking out what lies beneath on a super low tide. The aim of the game is to try and catch some silver just as the tide turns, fishing over submerged boulders and rocks that we have spotted whilst looking from overhead. Later on in the video, I'm going to do a small tutorial on how I retrieve my lures, especially when I'm fishing at night with soft plastics with jig heads. It's working well for me at the moment, so stay tuned and let's get into the fishing straight away. Well, good afternoon, welcome back to another fishing adventure. It's low tide, it's a big tide. The water's not moving much, but very shortly it is going to speed up. It's going to come in so quickly. So we thought we'd come out today for a little search, have a look at places at low tide to see where the sunken heads are, because we know in this area the water absolutely hoons it through. Got the polies on, we've had a little look from above, we've seen loads of heads that we've never seen before, and that's why it's really good to come out and have a look on low tides, especially big low tides in the areas you fish, for sunken areas of reef that you don't know about. And we've just seen some. Hopefully there's going to be some fish on them. It's going to be a short-lived session. We've only got an hour, we've been searching for half an hour. Short-lived session. I'm going to fish a green happy eel to start off with, because the water is a greeny colour, but there's clear patches in places. There's lots of pin sand eel turning up, so that's why I'm using the sand eel imitation. Fingers crossed we can get a fish. Let's go fishing. Easy, but fucking rocks are rough to fucking walk on. Fish on! Oh! Fish! Oh shit! Oh! Where is it? Get in there. Oh. Solid fish. Taking on the green YKR happy eel. Oh yeah. Beautiful fish. Happy with that, because I didn't think I was going to catch anything here. Water's coming in around me, but it's a lovely little spot, and that's just a bonus. Really can't go wrong with that. Proper happy. Yeah, boy. Lovely little bass. 20 gram YKR green. Boom! So yeah, this is the little area that I was just fishing. You can't really see on the camera, but the tide is pushing through here and it's running off that way. We walked actually past this area before because we actually went somewhere else before, and it was rubbish. Had a wrasse. Still, it was nice. But when we had a look through here, there's some nice heads in and around here, so I thought, oh, we'll come and give this a go. Just working it nice and chill. Wonder if there's anything else here. Trying to make sure I've got a good foot point. Tide is ripping. You got a little bit of swell moving through now. It's got a little bit of everything here. It's proper low tide today. It's a really big tide, so the tide's going to go out far and come in quick. and coming high, like I spoke about in one of my previous videos about the tide moving quick. So we're kind of at the low point of the tide now. It's just switched up about 45 minutes ago and it's just starting to move in, and that's why I just thought I'd give it a go just to see if there was a bass just moving through these kind of low-lying waterways. We were just talking about the rocket that went off the other day. Pretty mad. Feel like the Red Hot Chili Peppers sung once, space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Prove me wrong. I just had another hit. Yeah. Let's try one out into the run. Like I was saying, in here it's not really running, but just off this point of rocks it is, so I have to be careful bringing my sand eel lure in because it's going to swing from right to left. Yup, fish on! Oh Ben, big fish. I think I need to go back down there again, but not get. Where is it? Oh, it's stuck on that rock. So it's not that big. It felt well bigger. Oh, he was proper peeling offline. Another nice one. Second fish. I was shouting big fish, but I thought it's peeling line, but it was just taking it off in that tide. Absolutely smashed the YKR. I went for the green because the water's kind of got a tingy greeny colour. Oh, big wave. Lift the foot. It's got a tingy greeny colour, so I thought I'd go for the greeny colour, and it's just working well, and this is a place that we hardly fish. Well, second fish, I thought that was a monster because it was just peeling off around that head. Just got to watch out because the water's coming around my feet, but there you go, another nice fish, probably 52 centimetres. Hold him up. Look at that, beautiful. In that sun. Oh, the waves are coming up around me. Oh, I'm going to get wet in a minute. There you go, nice show and tell. I'm going to put him back, but you can't go wrong with that. Silver in the sunshine in April. Oh, lovely. Oh, right, that's me out. See you later. Oh, you in? Oh, Ben's in. Nice, mate. Let me just get this lure in. Small or? Oh, he's all right. He's not bad. He's all right. Ah, how beautiful is this? A stunning April day. The boys are on the fish, and Ben's just caught his first one. Nice, mate. Not bad. Nice little one. There we are. Lovely, man. Nice. Beautiful. So like I was just saying there, I'm using the heavier 20 gram. Ben's using the 15. You can see the size comparison just there. One's much smaller head, bigger head obviously because of the weight difference, but they seem to both be catching. I've had some on the green and Ben's had that one on the white, so there must be fish in here and they must be plucking on little sand eel that we thought. Here's boss. Although that was a small brief session, a few fish were more than welcome, especially after pulling off a recce mission to check out a place for the future. Now, as you can see, the straight retrieval was working most just then, and that's what's been working for me mostly at night. A really slow retrieval with the rod tip high. So what I'm going to do next is a small tutorial about the ways that I work a soft plastic with a jig head. So welcome back to the second part of the video. As you've probably just seen in that video, me and Ben were fishing a lovely low tide kind of area. The tide had just picked up, it was about an hour after low, and the fish were flowing through. we had what, 2, 3, 4 fish in quick succession, and I was just literally simply winding my lure in. Nothing really to it at all. Just a constant wind, making sure my rod tip was kind of high, making sure that my lure was facing kind of upwards, if you could kind of picture it like so. And I was just bringing it across the reef and throughout the tide, and I was getting the nabs. Now, one of the big questions I always get asked on my videos, and people just that I meet in and around on the rocks or in general, is how do I work a lure? And it's very simple. I only work a soft plastic really 3 kind of ways, but most of the time 1 way. It's as simple as that. Don't need to mix it up too much. It's just a simple retrieve and wind like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wing this out. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, how I'm working it, and we'll go from there. So what I am doing is I'm using a 15-gram head with probably a 5-gram body, and that is a lure that I use a lot. Now in front of me is probably 12 foot of water at a max, but as you can see in front of me, very reefy, very rocky. This is predominantly the kind of areas that I'm fishing with sand gutters and that. So when I'm casting this out, obviously I know the area that I'm fishing in. I'm usually just casting it out, letting a little bit of line off the reel, nothing much. And most of the time I'm fishing with my rod tip up like so, and just a straight wind. There's nothing really to it. Now obviously if your lure is too heavy, you'll have to rip it, but we'll get into that a little bit more because I speak about that quite a lot. But I know this lure is the perfect weight and size to fish in this amount of water for a straight wind. My rod tip's up just so my weight, as I said before, is just literally sitting upright, and I'm just bringing this slowly over the reef. There's nothing really to it at all, and 80% of my fishing is done doing this. So like I was just saying, that's all I'm using. What I was using before was pretty much the same lure, just a little bit more weight on the jig head itself, because I knew in that area that if I fished the rod tip high like so, winding it up, winding it consistently, no stopping, I wasn't going to get snagged, and I didn't. Now there's a lot of people that probably think I'm talking absolute rubbish here, but for me, I don't see the point in fishing a lure with a jig head like so and stopping. The reason I say that is I'll cast it out as well. Again, I know the depth of water that I'm fishing in. I could probably do this, but for me, I don't. Every time I jig it and stop and then start winding, my lure is technically falling. Now for me, bait fish don't do that. So for me, when I'm doing it with this lure, especially with a jig head like so, bait fish don't swim along and just drop. Usually they swim consistently or they stop. So when I've seen bait fish at night, especially at night, bait fish don't drop around, they just literally hold in the tide or they swim around slowly. So for me, I don't see the point in using a paddle tail with a jig head like that and stopping. That's just not for me. If I was going to do that, I would put on a weedless or a weightless kind of lure, which can stop in the tide and suspend. You're just thinking of a totally different tactic. So for me, I don't want to be doing that. That's not for me, and I don't do it at all. So I'm either casting it out, straight winding it, rod tip up. I'm not casting it out, jigging and stopping, none of that. Again, this is just what works for me. What I do like to do though is cast my lure out. I do like to twitch it while I'm bringing the lure with me. That means I'm keeping contact on the lure. You've always got tight line on it. Now I don't do this very often. I tend to do this at night when I've got a rattle in my lure. And when I'm doing this as well, I either have the rod tip high or the rod tip down. It's really up to you. Let's give that a go again. Now, if I was fishing a deep area, there's one other way that I would fish it, and that's called kind of like the on the drop technique. Everyone's got a little bit of an on the drop technique, which is different, but I predominantly use this when I'm fishing in like 15 foot of water or plus, when I'm having to use something a little bit heavier, like a 30-gram lure. Now, I'm going to show you in this area is not really made for it at all, it's too shallow. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to whack it out as far as I can, and then I'm going to let it sink a little bit. I'm going to count down to the bottom on my first cast to see how deep it is. You've also got to take into consideration, if the tide's ripping, it might take longer to get to the bottom. That's when I'd probably choose to go a little bit heavier, because your lure is not going to fall straight if it's too light. It's going to fall to the side with the drift and take longer to get to the bottom. Going to cast it out pretty much, count down on the first cast just as a recce mission, and then on the next cast I know that I've got 20 seconds, for example. I'm going to let it go down halfway, 10 seconds, and all I'm going to do is sink and draw it. Again, this area is not made for it, but it's just to show you. And all I'm going to do is keep as much tension on my rod as possible, like so, and just pump it and then catch up with the line. Always keeping as much tension as possible. Pump it and then kind of chase it. Pump it and kind of chase it. Now, what I used to do is proper whip it. Really stupid, but I was missing a lot of bites. Again, I only kind of use this method with this particular lure as we're talking about, like so. It's really good in those deep areas with a 42-gram Savage. Does really well. But all I'm doing is pumping and winding. And the reason I'm not giving it a good whip is because I was missing bites doing that. It's more of a slow pull up, reeling in. Slow pull up and reeling in. Slow pull up and reeling in. You don't want to be doing this in shallow stuff because you're going to lose it straight away. So that's pretty much it, to be honest, when it comes to a kind of dummy's guide to how I like to fish a small soft plastic like so. As you can see, the light's fading. It's been a good day today. We got out, obviously caught some fish this afternoon, but I just thought, oh, instead of just one of those videos where we just catch fish, I thought a little tutorial like so might help someone out there, especially with the questions I've been asked on how I work lures. So the main points on that is straight retrieve, keep contact with the lure, keep tension on the lure, don't let it drop. Only let it drop when you're kind of doing a sink and draw kind of method, but make sure you're in an area where there's enough water to be actually doing that, because if you're doing that in shallow stuff, you are getting stuck. We're coming into a great time of the year now. Lots of sand eels turning up, lots of pin sand eels in the shallows. The bays are filling up nicely, and I reckon on the next few tides it's going to explode big time.